Over the past few months, we've been hearing a lot about Pokemon because of the ongoing Pal World lawsuit, but also since Pokemon Z to A releases in October, and I know a lot of people are really excited for that, but I think this situation is going to tick a lot of gamers off because an illustrator is now embroiled in a plagiarism scandal, and the Pokemon Company is attacking fans for calling it out. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, it is always a very bad idea for companies to attack their fans, the people that they need to swipe their credit cards so they can continue to have jobs and make money, though that is what a lot of companies do. Instead of saying that we are criticizing certain individuals that maybe work for them or they're partnered with, they always blame us for calling attention to situations, and that is exactly what is happening now because the Pokemon Company is calling on fans to stop attacking or slandering an illustrator embroiled in the TCG Pocket plagiarism scandal. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I have a big problem with supporting plagiarism, and I feel like a lot of people do too, but it's like they want this to be swept under the rug. But when you are a company of this size and you are talking about such a big IP, that's not going to happen. And people are going to call out the situation and, of course, call out the plagiarist. This is a person that made thousands and thousands upon thousands of dollars by stealing somebody else's work. That's just not okay, in my opinion. The Pokemon fan community is alight with concern that a piece of fan artwork has been copied to create a card within Pokemon TCG Pocket. But as frustration spreads, others have pointed back to Pokemon's official stance on fan art, which suggests the company can do whatever they want with it. So this morning, the Pokemon fan artist Lani Ju, I hope that I'm saying that right, posted a comparison image of a piece of artwork they created in 2021 showing the legendary bird Ho-Oh alongside an upcoming card from Pokemon TCG Pocket's 2025 expansion Wisdom of Sea and Sky showing Ho-Oh exactly in the same post. So what happened was, yes, a fan had made an art back in 2021, and now in 2025, an artist is being paid for basically copying that fan's art. And Pokemon Company is saying, well, technically we can do this because this is our official stance on fan art. That is absolutely insane. How about you, I don't know, hire the fan that created it? Why don't you pay the fan that came up with it instead of paying a plagiarist? So their post on X/Twitter quickly caught the attention of other Pokemon fans and prompted another user to make a video comparison that shows the two pieces of artwork are largely identical down to the bird's individual feathers. And of course, fans are furious over this, and rightfully so. This is terrible. Though now, just a couple of days later, the Pokemon Company has actually stepped in to ask fans to stop harassing the artist embroiled in a plagiarism scandal. Now, we know a lot of companies love to call criticism hatred and harassment, and they say that we are attacking individuals. And listen, I know that there are always going to be a few bad apples in every bunch. I am sure that there are a couple of people who crossed a line and maybe said something really, really mean to this individual, but ultimately that's not going to be the majority of gamers, and they're not providing, of course, any evidence of this. They're just saying to stop slandering this illustrator. Now, I've got to be honest, right? I don't want to support a product that is plagiarized. I do not want to do that, and many other people don't either. And the fact that the Pokemon Company is coming out and targeting us for talking about this situation, even though they could be talking about how bad this artist approached this situation and how this illustrator stole and how unacceptable that is, they're basically just saying, you guys shouldn't be calling this out. After internal review, we discovered that the card production team provided incorrect materials as official documents to the Illustrator Commission to create these cards, it said at the time. As a result, both cards have been replaced with a temporary placeholder that the team is actively working to replace with new artwork as soon as it's ready. Despite claiming responsibility, though, TPC said it had become aware of criticism of the illustrator and has called for fans to refrain from attacking or slandering the artist, once again insisting that Blame lied internally. Now, I get it, right? They want to deflect the blame and kind of turn it around back on themselves because they know as such a major entity, they can take the backlash. But I don't think that they should be doing that. I believe that they should put the blame on the illustrator. I believe that it is the illustrator's problem. Now, unless the illustrator comes out and was told, I was given this piece of reference material and I was told to copy it as closely as possible, well, sure, then I would say the blame does really lie on the Pokemon Company, but I just don't see that being the case. Usually they give ideas and certain reference material, but it really is because of this illustrator, and it's not like they are taking responsibility for their action now that they know this is the case, which I find it extremely hard to believe that a fan art that had gotten a lot of attention back in 2021 wasn't actually known by this artist, but that's just my opinion. Though it seems a lot of people would tend to agree with me that we should not be giving a plagiarist the benefit of the doubt. And the fact that the Pokemon Company is coming out and saying, well, you guys need to be nicer to this person is just absolutely mind-blowing to me. I'm going to call out plagiarism as often as possible. Just taking a quick peek at the backlash on social media, people are laughing at them saying the Pokemon Company stole art, Pokemon releasing a new set on Pocket just for the immersive art cards to get removed for plagiarism is so pathetic and embarrassing. Plagiarism has punishing consequences. I don't think the world understands even the slightest bit of copying can be viewed as plagiarism when credit is not given. I mean, we're looking at Nintendo and the Pokemon Company suing Pal World over alleged plagiarism and theft. So you'd think that they wouldn't want that happening in their own freaking game. Blatant plagiarism. Pokemon fans defend it because they do, and I get it, right? So many people love Pokemon. I have loved Pokemon for a hell of a long time, but this is just an unacceptable situation all around. Pokemon TCG Pocket replaces card designs amidst plagiarism accusations, so I'll definitely be keeping my eye on the situation, but it is always terrible when you have a company attacking fans for calling out a really terrible situation, and in this case, they're saying that we need to stop slandering this illustrator embroiled in this plagiarism scandal. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this and of course found it important and informative, make sure to give it a like, and if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.